Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on rounding off decimals. In this video we will see how to round off decimals to a given number of decimal places. The following rules are helpful. Number 1. To round off to a given number of decimal places, we round up if the next digit is 5 or higher. Rule 2. To round off to a given number of decimal places, we leave the digit the same if the next digit is less than 5. Let's look at some examples. Round off 23.417 to 2 decimal places. So here is 23.417. 2 decimal places means we want to see 2 digits in the answer, which means you have to look at the next digit. The next digit is higher than 5, because it's a 7. The 1 becomes a 2. You increase that by an extra digit, so that becomes a 2. Rounding off gives us 23.42. That's what the first rule says. Second example. Round off 46.235 to 2 decimal places. Here's 46.235. In the answer, we want to see 2 digits after the decimal point. So we look at the next one. The next digit is equal to 5. The 3 becomes a 4. So that's still the first rule. So rounding off gives us 46.24. Let's look at the next example. Number 3. Round off 87.6142 to 3 decimal places. So there's 87.6142. In the answer, we want to see 3 digits after the decimal point. So we focus on the next one to see what happens. That's called the next digit. The next digit is less than 5. The 4 stays the same. So that's rule number 2. So rounding off gives us 87.614. The 4 stays the same. Next example. Round off 67.1429 to the nearest thousandth. That's a fancy way of saying 3 decimal places. So there's the number again. Basically, we want to round off to this number of decimal places, so there are 3 digits after the decimal point. The next digit is higher than 5. The 2 becomes a 3. So you increase this one. Rounding off gives us 67.143. Next example. Round off 64.8651 to the nearest hundredth. That means to 2 decimal places. So basically, in the answer, we want to see 2 digits after the decimal point. The next digit, which is this one, is equal to 5. The 6 becomes a 7, so you increase this one by 1. So rounding off gives us 64.87. And the last one. Round off 83.247 to the nearest tenth. That means to 1 decimal place. So we need to see 1 digit after the decimal point. The next digit is less than 5 because it's a 4. See, there it is there. It's a 4. The 2 stays the same, so we don't change that. So rounding off gives us 83.2. So this video has given us some examples where we can practice rounding off decimals to a specified number of decimal places. We've seen 2 basic rules which tell us how to go about this. They're very straightforward. If we follow those rules, we should always get the correct answer.